I'm at the Seattle Convention Center's new Summit building for Emerald City Comic Con 2023. It's the 20th year of the con, and as always, it is a packed house. Even opening day Thursday, it's already busy, and it's going to get even busier as the weekend goes on. So let's take a look onto one of the floors here, and already we see our friends from the Museum of Flight here. But there's also exhibitors, vendors, and at one point we'll go down to Artist Alley for a special interview with the creator of Latina Superheroes. This is Artist Alley, just a small section of it where the comic artists here at Emerald City Comic Con get to set up and show off their work. And we're going to take a minute to talk specifically with Caden Phoenix, who is responsible for Latina Superheroes. Caden, thanks for taking a minute. Really appreciate it. Tell me a little bit about why you wanted to create specifically Latina Superheroes.
Because we don't have any. That's honestly the truth of it. I have a Latino superhero team, and I made it, and a comic book historian told me that it's the first Latino superhero team in comic book history. I didn't know that this whole time, so it's very bittersweet. I'm very happy and grateful. Also because I'm back with a lot of Latino artists, or all artists are Latinos. I'm the writer, creator, and self-published as well, but all Latino superhero team, all different heritages.
Where are you headquartered?
I am based in Los Angeles, in East LA.
Excellent. I lived for 10 years in Boyle Heights, so I know you absolutely. Okay. I know the neighborhood very well. That's one of the reasons I wanted to come talk to you. So tell me a little bit about your team of artists.
So my team of artists are amazing. I'm super lucky. I'm very, very fortunate, honestly. A lot of them are based in Mexico. There's the rest of them are here in California. I'm still in California, man. But in California, in Southern California, really amazing. I have Eva Cabrera. She is GLAAD nominated and Eisner nominated. She did two of my books. She did Loquita, which is Supernatural, Teen Detective, and she did Santa over here. She's my Border Town girl because of Against Ice. And then on the newer front, I have Amanda Juliana Gonzalez. She's Chicana. She's from Long Beach. She did Ruca, my LA Chicana, also from Boyle Heights. And then Jalisco, which is the first one. That's my dancer from Mexico. So really great artists, honestly. A bunch of just, colors, just they all know each other. They all work together. So again, I'm very grateful and humbled to have them.
Understandable. So you were telling me you've added princesses to the lineup of superheroes. Tell me about them.
It's for the younger audiences or for anybody, but definitely the younger audiences. Social justice themes are very my superheroes. So a little bit younger on the scale. It just started coming out this year as well. Are my princesses. So this is Mexica, my Aztec princess. And then over here is the Laura, my witch princess. These are the other ones that are going to come out this year. So Mexica, Laura just came out. Nobi's my space princess. My water princess is Swan, and then Macabre is my death princess. They all come together called the Majestics. So it's the same kind of setup, origin, team up, but in a very young princess adventure. Like there's no prince there to save them.
Oh, even better, right?
Even better, much needed.
How's the response been so far? You've been doing it for about 4 years.
I have, yes. It's been so amazing. Honestly, I'm very fortunate. I'm here at Emerald City Comic Con. It's my second year here, so I'm very, very happy just to be here again. Love the weather, love the people, of course. But no, I've just been really lucky. Just been getting good press. I'm taking it out for different studios and networks right now. So it's on its way.
Oh, so you might get some TV.
I am working on it. I can't say anything, but yes.
Yes, the old non-disclosure. You have to keep it to yourself. I totally understand. So the one thing I wanted to ask you about is because this to me is just ripe for inclusiveness and representation. And you mentioned there was no representation. So talk about, if you would, why that's important.
It's very important because democracy reflects storytelling, right? Storytelling reflects democracy. And so it's just like, if you don't see yourself as a superhero growing up, then how do you know that you're a superhero? How do you know that you can go and do that? And do like that extra adventure, that extra feat? Not even of saving somebody, but of saving yourself at the same time. And I didn't have that growing up. I had my mom as a superhero, so I'm very fortunate because I do know I can do anything because my mom can do anything. I had that mentality growing up, so I'm very fortunate. But look at the media, look at all the stuff, the stream of all the sources we have. We don't get told we're a superhero. As a Latina, I get told I'm a chola. I get told like I'm a gangbanger. I get told I'm a maid. And there's nothing bad about any of those things. But I'm not a superhero. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. I'm not a journalist that could go and save my girlfriend, right? I don't get that. And that's unfortunate. And I don't know why, right? Because society says I'm not a superhero. And for that reason, I created superheroes. And then same thing, princesses. We don't have Latina princesses because why wouldn't we? Why shouldn't we?
Well, what are the young girls and young women that are reading these graphic novels saying to you?
They say thank you. They light up, honestly, and that's the biggest thing. Just to get them lighting up and they're like, they look like me. Which is a very nice thing, like, because they're so surprised that they don't have someone that looks like them. For the same reason why I don't get that representation. And so it's just like, here, you are seen. You know, it's a fictional story, you know, there's Aztec witch, death, whatever. But at the same time, they get to see themselves in stories and to be like, I can go on this adventure, or I can do this.
All right, so where can they find you, Caden?
Right now I'm at ECC on Aisle D in Artist Alley. Otherwise, my Instagram is Latina Superheroes and Latina Princesses.
Easy enough. And let's not forget the QR code. Very important. All right. Caden Phoenix, thanks a bunch. Really appreciate that. And this is Jasmine, who's all the way here from Hermiston, Oregon, your first Emerald City Comic Con.
Yes,
So I have to ask,
exciting.
what do you think so far?
I love it. It's so much to take in. There's so much going on. It is amazing.
What made you want to come all the way up for this?
Honestly, I've always wanted to come to a Comic-Con just to see like the culture and everything that everybody like gets into. I love it. I love it. Everybody's so accepting, and it's just a lot to take in. It's amazing.
Well, and that I think is kind of the Seattle norm, is that everybody is accepted here
Yep,
in Seattle
I love it.
for
I
sure.
love it, yeah.
Definitely. Now, you were just at Caden's stand.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about why you wanted to make a stop there.
I loved it a lot because it was Latina superheroes, and I think that's great. Very inclusive, and a lot of the LGBT stuff too, as well.
That's awesome. And that's one of the things, you know, we were talking about, Caden and I were talking about, there's not really any representation
Yeah.
for Latinas in comics. So what does it mean to you that Caden is changing that?
I love that. We need more of that. We need a lot more of that to represent our culture and stuff. I love that.
Well, how do you feel about it being otherwise missing?
It's a little weird, but I mean, as long as we're bringing more inclusivity now, then that's great. I love that.
Excellent. Jasmine, thanks for that.
Thank you
Really
so much.
appreciate that. It's kind of quiet now, but this will be one of the busiest spots of the entire convention. This is where they do the celebrity meet and greets. And there's already a few lined up here, or will be here soon. They'll sign autographs and take pictures. They charge a fee, but a lot of people will line up and pay that fee in order to meet their favorite stars. One of the things you'll find that's most common here at the con is cosplayers, and we are with a few of the many who will be here too. I will start with you. Who are you?
My character or me?
Both of you.
I'm dressed up as Agent 3 from Splatoon, and I am Allie B cosplay.
Excellent. Where are you from, Allie?
I'm from Mill Creek.
Oh, okay, so right up the road from me then.
Yeah.
Very good. Excellent. How about you?
I'm Jared Kandra, and I'm dressed up as Psylocke from the X-Men today.
Ah, excellent, excellent. And you?
I'm Pixie Bomber cosplay, and I'm dressed up as Emma Frost from the X-Men.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So, I'll start with you then. What is it about cosplay that's... Well, let me back up a little bit. For somebody who doesn't understand cosplay, can you give us sort of the layman's explanation?
For me, it's I get to embody the character and dress up and have fun and take on somebody who's different than myself. And also, I connect with other people of similar... Like, we're sharing a room, and Jarek and I both didn't realize we're both doing X-Men the same day. And so sometimes it's those moments where you can get to know somebody through sharing passions.
Now, do you have different characters for different
Every day is
days?
a different day.
Wow. How early do you have to get up in the morning to
It
start?
depends on the character, and depends. When I have done competition with large ball gowns, it takes a little bit more of a process. Today we slept in a little, took it kind of easy. It's usually if there's more makeup, if there's more hair. Everything kind of depends on how extensive the cosplay is. Friday I'm doing a League of Their Own. I have a photo with Lori Petty. That one will be super easy to do.
I just saw her booth over there, so I'm
Super
bummed.
excited
I'm not
for
going to be around by the time she gets here, so I'm going to miss her. I'm kind of bummed out about that, but give her my best, would you?
Oh, of course.
So let me ask you, what about cosplay interests you? Why do you enjoy it?
There's something cool about there's two parts of cosplay I see. Part of it is creating, and part of it's wearing. And some people do one or the other, and some people do both. And I'm one of the people who just enjoys both the creating process and then the going and showing it off. And so yeah, and then doing it for characters that you're just passionate about. You just want to embody and be those characters. That's kind of what cosplay is all about.
Is it kind of an expensive pastime?
Yes, they often say like, oh, if you make the costume, maybe you'll save money. No, not true.
Probably end up spending more buying the individual parts, right?
Sometimes. I think the advantage is you just end up with a better looking costume if you make it yourself.
Understandable. All right. Allie, why did you choose this character today?
Oh boy, I am a huge fan of the Splatoon series. I've been playing it since Splatoon 2, Octo Expansion specifically, that DLC. I love Nintendo. I love Nintendo franchises. Splatoon, it's super popular right now with the third game that just came out in September, October. So I'm just dressing up as a character who is kind of popular, the franchise is popular, but I love this character with a passion. I love her so much.
So, and I just noticed your eyes are two different colors.
Yeah.
I got to get a close look at that. Wow. Are they both contacts, or did you just go with one?
This is my normal eye, and then this one's the red one. So this is the only contact I've wearing.
Awesome. Well, let me ask you, because there are going to be people who come down here over the next 4 days just to gawk and say, oh, look how weird these people are in their crazy costumes. What do you say to them?
Like, if you don't understand it, why judge? I mean, like, if it's not hurting anyone, like, why does it matter? I mean, we're having fun. I mean, if it's in good taste, if it's not offending anyone, then why bother? Like, why judge? Like, I do this, my family thinks this is weird, but, I mean, I have a social media following for a reason. I have people come up to me for a reason. It's for fun. People like the characters. They like, especially like little kids. They think they're meeting the character that they really like, and that's always like a really, really fun experience. And then you find like other really passionate fans who also really love your franchise and your character, and you can meet new friends that way. Like, it's a good bonding experience to just meet new people.
That's great. That's awesome. I want to ask you both the same question.
What was it again?
What's that?
What was the question?
Oh, to the people who think it's odd that you do this.
Yeah, I mean, just like Ali said, like, it's something, everybody does something different, and it might be weird to other people, but why judge? Like, it's not hurting anybody. Do it because it's fun. I find that also, if you're wanting to get into it, like, it's better to do it as friends, especially if you're not used to it. And so go with friends. If you're in a crowd or with friends, then it's easier to go about it and you don't feel self-conscious, that kind of stuff. So.
All right, and same question for you.
People dress up to go to sports events. How is this any different? It's exactly the same. Some people will go head to toe to a football game, wear dress head to toe to go something that we love. It's exactly the same. It just happens to look different. What I love to do is, if I don't recognize the character, I'll love for somebody to ask. I love it. What is it? Just because I don't know it doesn't mean I can't learn something and allow somebody to share it with me.
I think that's great. And personally, I think the people who paint themselves up to go to the football games are weird. So
It's
that's just me. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks a bunch. Yeah. Let's get you all in there. There you go. The perfect superhero poses. Excellent. Okay, so this is, as he told me, Clumsy Bob from Walla Walla. Of course, the town's so nice, they named it twice. And Bob, you said you made it most of the way here.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask you a very pointed question.
Yeah.
You know, most of this crowd is younger than you and I.
Yeah.
What made you want to come out to the convention?
I figured they needed a father figure.
Well, then that makes me the grandfather figure.
And I wanted to show off these prosthetics because I'm 35.
You look like $1,000,000. You're doing great.
Wow, I thought you were going to say years.
Oh, but you were also mentioning that have you never been to a comic convention before like this?
Oh, this is like I've been going for 7 or 8 years.
Okay, so let me ask you,
one year.
What attracted you the first time around?
They did. No,
Our friends over here.
I watched Big Bang Theory and they kept talking about Comic-Con, so I wondered if there's any in the Northwest, and Portland had one, and what happens there. It said celebrities. and I didn't know what else happened. So I went, well, who's the celebrity? So that's the first time I met Elvira. It's the first time I met Summer Cloud. I went, and the autographs were $30, $40, and that is way too much. So I'm only going to get 2. And that was my rule at Comic Cons, only 2. I got 3 once. And now I just walk by and celebrities went, yep, I've seen them.
Wow. Well, it's great you met Elvira, because I can tell you, Cassandra's a great gal. Many years ago, I had a girlfriend who lived right up the street from her in LA, and we used to see her out walking her dog all the time. So
Well,
hopefully she was nice to you.
I told her at one point, and well, we were talking about ages, and I said, wow, and you still look almost as good as I do.
What did she say to that?
Oh, she laughed, and then one time she was not in costume, and I said, everybody likes Elvira, of course, but I think I like Cassandra just as much.
Yeah, no, she's terrific. She really is. Yeah, no, absolutely.
All these people are great person. This is one of the nicest, friendliest communities that there is, and old, young doesn't matter. I get messages from before here, like a month and a half ago, that I got a message, she's 20, 21, are you going to be there? And I get messages from, the 20, 25-year-olds going, are you going to be there?
So you're like you are the father figure of the group.
I guess so. And they need, qualified supervision.
Well, yeah, qualified supervision. You're giving them just supervision, right?
No, I help them look for it.
Oh, there you go. Excellent. So let me ask you, what are you most looking forward to about this year's convention here?
Getting cosplay pictures. That's what I do. Meeting up with friends now. I've been doing it long enough that we know each other, and we even message in between cons. So.
Oh, that's
And I
excellent.
drive over, and we're going to do a photo shoot in the cemetery one of these days. So I will drive over, shoot in the cemetery, and maybe drive home.
Well,
Hang out in cemeteries
that'll be
together.
this one,
Take
yeah,
photos.
there's a couple of good ones here in Seattle, so take advantage while you're here.
We're gonna plan a photo shoot from the TV show Wednesday to one of the cemeteries.
Oh, very nice.
Respectfully, but we're gonna do it well. I love
Excellent. Thanks a bunch.